We're diving into something today that's been generating a lot of buzz in the healthcare world, at least here in California.
Yeah,
Medi-plans.
absolutely.
If you or someone you know
Yeah.
is navigating the ins and outs of both Medicare and Medi-Cal,
hmm
this is definitely a topic you're going to want to stick around for.
Yeah, and with Medi-Cal covering such a huge chunk of Californians,
Yeah,
something like 40%,
it's a lot.
it's a big deal.
Yeah, that's almost half the state
Yeah,
trying to figure out this whole healthcare puzzle.
right.
So we're really digging into this today to
Yeah.
unpack what these Medi-plans actually mean, especially for those folks, about 1.6 million dealing with both Medicare and Medi-Cal.
Right.
So let's start with the basics.
Right.
What are these plans and why should we even care?
So at their core, Medi plans are all about bringing things together.
Okay.
They're about integrating two systems,
Okay.
Medicare and Medi-Cal, that historically have kind of done their own thing.
Right.
Which, as you can imagine, has led to some, shall we say, interesting experiences for folks trying to navigate both.
Yeah. Fragmented comes to mind.
Exactly. And that's what Medi is trying to fix, to simplify things, to make it less of a headache for everyone involved.
Okay. So less of a headache. I like the sound of that already.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about merging two massive systems like Medicare and Medi-Cal,
Yeah.
I got to ask, how does that actually work in the real world?
Okay. So
Is it really as easy as just having one insurance card now?
I wish it were that simple. Right.
Right.
But it's a little more nuanced than that.
Oh.
Think of it this way. Medicare kind of sets the stage. It lays the foundation. It covers your basic hospital stays, doctor visits, those core things.
Okay.
Medi-Cal then comes in, not to replace Medicare,
Right.
but to build on it.
Okay.
It's like getting those bonus features.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
So Medicare is like the base model, and then Medi-Cal comes in with the upgrades.
exactly. And these upgrades can be pretty significant. Things like lower out-of-pocket costs, a wider network of doctors you can see,
right.
even some services that traditional Medicare doesn't always cover.
That's huge, especially for folks who are already stretching every dollar when
Absolutely.
it comes to healthcare.
Yeah.
So let's talk about those bonus features,
Oh.
those upgrades.
Sure.
Give me some concrete examples.
All right, so imagine this. You need to see a specialist, but getting there is a problem. Transportation is an issue.
Right.
Well, a lot of these many plans actually offer help with transportation.
Oh, wow.
They'll help you get to your appointments, which is a game changer for a lot of people.
Yeah, that removes a huge barrier for a lot of folks.
Exactly.
What else?
Or let's say you've been putting off going to the dentist because it's not really covered by your current plan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these plans, they often include dental
Oh,
and vision,
Yeah.
even coverage for some over-the-counter medications.
Wow.
So we're talking about real practical support here that can make a big difference in people's lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially for folks with chronic conditions or those who might have trouble getting around.
Yeah, you're
It's not just about the medical care itself. It's about making sure people can actually access it.
exactly. It's about addressing the bigger picture, the social factors that can impact someone's health.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. And speaking of taking a more holistic approach,
Yeah.
a lot of these Medi plans also place a strong emphasis on mental health,
Oh, that's great.
which is so important.
Right.
So we're talking therapy, counseling, support groups,
Okay.
services that are often crucial but not always easy to access.
Right, right. It's really encouraging to see that focus on mental well-being because it really does impact every aspect of our lives.
It does, absolutely.
So it seems like these plans are really trying to treat the whole person,
Yeah,
not just one piece of the puzzle,
exactly.
which is a really, really positive shift.
I think so too.
So we've covered what these plans are, why they're important,
Mm.
but let's switch gears a bit and talk about who's actually eligible for this streamlined, super plan.
Right, eligibility.
Mm.
That's key because while these plans can be a game changer for those who qualify,
Yeah.
they're not for everyone, at least not yet.
Right.
So to be eligible for a Medi plan,
Okay.
you got to be enrolled in both Medicare Part A and Part B.
Okay.
That basically means you're covered for both hospital stays and medical services through Medicare.
So both parts of the equation are important.
Exactly.
Got it.
So it's not enough to just have Medicare. You need both parts.
Okay. That makes sense.
Now, for those who might be on Medicare but also rely on Medi-Cal to fill in some gaps,
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
you need to be enrolled in Medi-Cal as well. And finally, you have to be at least 21 years old.
Okay.
So those are the three main requirements.
All right. So you have to be enrolled in both Medicare Part A and Part B. enrolled in Medi-Cal, and be at least 21 years old.
That's it.
Gotcha. All right, so that clears up who these plans are for.
Right.
But let's say someone's listening right now,
Yeah.
and they're checking off all those boxes in their head, like, yep, that's me.
Hmm.
What's next? What do they do?
Well, that's where the fun begins.
Okay.
Because even within Medi-Plans, there are options to consider. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
Yeah.
You've got different providers offering these plans,
Right.
each with their own little quirks and features.
So it's not as simple as just saying, sign me up for the Medi plan.
Unfortunately, not.
You got to do a little homework.
You got to shop around.
A little bit of homework goes a long way when it comes to your healthcare.
Absolutely.
Right.
You want to make sure you're getting the plan that really aligns with your needs and preferences, just like you would with any other big decision.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So how do you figure out which Medi plan is the right fit for you?
So think of it like this. You know when you walk into a grocery store and you're staring at a wall of cereal boxes?
Right.
It can be overwhelming.
Too many choices.
Exactly.
Right.
But in this case, it's not breakfast we're talking about, it's your health.
Exactly. It's a big deal.
So what you want to do is think about your priorities.
Okay.
What matters most to you?
Okay.
Is it being able to see a specific doctor?
Right.
Are you looking for strong mental health support? Or maybe help with transportation is crucial.
Right.
Once you have a clear picture of what's important to you, then you can start comparing different plans based on those factors.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
So you're saying figure out what you need first, then go shopping with those needs in mind.
exactly.
Okay.
And the good news is
Yeah.
you don't have to do all this digging on your own.
Okay.
There are resources out there.
Got me.
Medicare.gov, for example, has this really handy plan comparison tool.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, you can see different Medi plans side by side.
Oh, that's cool.
It takes all the guesswork out of trying to decipher those long, complicated policy documents.
That's awesome technology to the rescue.
Right.
That's like having a personal shopper, but for healthcare.
I like that.
Right.
Yeah, and if you're more of a people person,
Yeah.
you can always just pick up the phone, call Medicare directly,
Oh, okay.
and talk to a real human being
Nice.
who can walk you through your options.
So you have options?
Exactly, you have options, and
I like options.
it's about finding what works best for you. There's no right or wrong answer here, as long as you're informed.